Hello and a very warm welcome to a brand new edition of Verdict 2015 with me, Frank Pereira, on Rajya Sabha Television. First up, a look at the headlines. Last day of campaigning for Phase 4 of elections in Bihar. 55 constituencies in 7 districts will go to polls on 1st of November. Prime Minister's final push ahead of 4th phase of elections for the NDA alliance addresses rally in Gopalganj. PM to hold another rally in Muzaffarpur. Grand Alliance and BJP both approach Election Commission. Alliance complains to Commission over Amit Shah's remark in Raxaul on Thursday. BJP complains about Grand Alliance leaders. And in focus today is Muzaffarpur, the capital of northern Bihar. Political parties are desperately trying to woo the voters in the district that has 11 assembly constituencies. Well, the campaigning for the 4th phase of assembly polls will end at 5 p.m. today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi would wind up the campaign for the NDA with 2 rallies, while Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and RJD Supremo Lalu Prasad would do the job for the Grand Alliance. 55 constituencies in 7 districts will go to polls in the 4th phase on the 1st of November. 12 seats in Purbi Champaran, 11 in Muzaffarpur, 9 in Paschim Champaran, 8 each in Siwan and Sitamarhi, 6 in Gopalganj and 1 seat in Shiohar will go to polls in this phase. A total of 776 candidates are in the fray, with a maximum number of 30 candidates contesting from Kurni Assembly seat, while minimum of 7 candidates each are contesting from Harsiddi and Kesaria Assembly constituencies. Polling has already been held in 131 Assembly seats in the first 3 phases on October 12th, 16th and 28th. Polling for the 5th phase will take place on the 5th of November, while counting of votes will be done on the 8th of November. Well, joining me for a chat this afternoon to talk about this is senior journalist Nikhil Anand. A very good afternoon and thank you for joining me on the program. Nikhil, you know, as far as the 4th phase of polling is concerned, today is the last day of campaigning. What is it that we can expect from this phase of polling?
Frank, the way election has moved ahead, and after the end of 3rd phase, BJP has slightly improved his position, and now both the parties are neck to neck. Very keen contest is visible in the 4th phase. BJP BJP has the confidence that it will gain in the 4th phase, and the way you see that Amit Shah just passed a statement that if BJP fails to come to power, then there will be crackers in the Pakistan. It shows that BJP is all set to take on this election, and they are all desperate to win this election. And after the 4th phase, the election is slightly being forced to go for BJP and both the parties, though RJD and Grand Alliance is avoiding for a communal polarization, but BJP is slightly moving towards, wants this election to move towards this communal polarization where they can get more benefit. Yeah.
Indeed, you know, but who holds the edge, do you believe, in these 55 seats that go to polls day after tomorrow?
Still after the 3rd phase, Frank, I see that there is a slight edge. There can be a slight edge to any of the alliances, but still I feel that the match is tie. In the 4th phase, BJP taking cue from their earlier performances during Lok Sabha election and 2010 election, this time they want to perform well and have an advantage, registered an advantage over the Grand Alliance. Simply BJP knows that the election, the constituency is going for election, has a very keen contest on card, and BJP is slightly giving it a Hindu-Muslim turn, so that if the election goes on that ground, and if the voters are polarized on the Hindu-Muslim ground, then BJP will have the edge. Otherwise, if you see the social social collaboration, you will realize that the advantageous position is having with the Grand Alliance. But BJP is simply not leaving any stone unturned. And today only, you see that 80 election meetings are going to held in the constituencies where the polls are a day after tomorrow. So you see that BJP is not still have found this election going out of their hand, and BJP is still in the commanding position, and it is for the Lalu and Nitish how they match the tricks and tactics of BJP. So I see that BJP has slightly edge over the Grand Alliance, and Lalu Nitish is simply slightly on a back foot in this phase. So this election is going to be in a very interesting phase, in the fourth phase, and I don't see that any party heading towards a decisive advantageous position where they can claim that they are forming the government. So fourth and fifth phase will simply give the decisive edge for any of the party.
We've seen 3 interesting phases of polling already, and we've reached the final stretch almost, and there is of course just 2 more rounds of polling remaining at the moment. But what do you believe are going to be the key factors in the fourth phase? Is it still going to be caste that is going to play a major factor?
Yeah, after the third phase, most of the voters are almost set as where they are voting, but there is a last minute effort being made by both the parties, especially the BJP, to influence the voters. There is of course kind of floating voters among the EBCs as well as the Dalits, where BJP can try their luck to influence them and garner their vote. So if that happens, that will give a slight edge to BJP. But still, in the first and second phase, the voters were polarized in the name of caste. So that has given, if there is of course, and theoretically even, if there is a social polarization, caste polarization, Grand Alliance is going to benefit. If there is a communal polarization, BJP is going to benefit. But in the fourth phase, BJP don't want to come on a communal card very clearly. They are just giving a slight touch, so as to they want to influence the EBC and Dalit voters, as well as give a slight notion they are presenting in the name of Hindu-Muslim. So both way, BJP is trying to just find an edge, an advantage, a position of advantage in this phase. But in the last phase, be sure that the BJP would like to try their luck and go for a communal polarization, because in the Simanchal area, in the fifth phase, the constituencies, most of the constituencies are having a decisive Muslim population, and that can influence the voters in favor of Grand Alliance. So this way, fourth phase is very crucial for BJP. But I would like to mention that Grand Alliance is simply trying to match and almost come for a tie even in the fourth phase. But BJP will be in an advantageous position where they can have an edge in the fourth phase. Yeah.
All right, do stay with us. I'm going to come back to you for a final reaction, of course, after the next story that we're tracking as well. We spoke about it earlier in the show, the Grand Alliance in Bihar, of course. Let's move on now and talk about another story. The Grand Alliance in Bihar today met the Election Commission against BJP President Amit Shah's comments during one of his election rallies in Raxaul on Thursday. The Grand Alliance claimed that his comments were an attempt to communalize the Bihar polls. They also said with these remarks, Shah has accepted that the BJP has lost ground in the poll-bound state. Meanwhile, the BJP hit back as they also approached the Election Commission, clarifying its stand on allegations. BJP leader Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said that Shah's words were misinterpreted and accused the Grand Alliance for flaring up the issue of communalism in the country.
वो जिस तरह के साफ सुथरे और मुद्दों पर आधारित चुनाव को कहीं न कहीं बहकाना चाहते हैं और सांप्रदायिक रंग में रंगना चाहते हैं। कानून है, चुनावी कानून, उसका पूरी तरह से खुले तौर से उल्लंघन है।
Well, Nikhil, coming back to you now, we spoke about this earlier in the show as well, about how the BJP is trying desperately to play all its cards. Prime Minister Narendra Modi played the anti-Muslim card earlier as well. We heard him talking about how Nitish and Lalu, if they come to power, they're going to take away the reservations that have been set aside for the OBCs and Dalits. And now it's Amit Shah's turn to come out and flare up the emotions in Bihar.
Yeah, Frank, it is really very interesting that all the cards are being played not by the small leaders and state leaders of BJP, but simply from the top brass, the Prime Minister of this country as well as the chief of BJP. And simply all these communal cards which is being played in this election for the fourth and fifth phase was started by the Prime Minister when he said that RJD and JDU wants to cut a share from the Dalits and OBC reservation and give it to Muslims. But it was, and Amit Shah went ahead, a step ahead, and he just passed a statement, and it was a clear-cut statement, communal statement, if you assess it very clearly and on a neutral basis. He simply said that if BJP fails to come to power, there will be crackers bursting in Pakistan. And in this very second line, he added that if JDU Mahagathbandhan comes to power, then the only person who will really be happy is Shahabuddin sitting in the jail. So you see that it is a Hindu and Muslim card being clearly played. And of course, Grand Alliance has all the right to go to Election Commission and complain. But you see that whole election, if BJP blames Lalu and Nitish that they don't want to contest election on development agenda, I say that even BJP is largely, I would held responsible to NDA people for not being contesting election on development agenda.
Right.
You see that in earlier days, and Nitish Kumar constantly in all his election rallies, he's saying that he's ready for any kind of debate. He has asked Prime Minister to set the agenda of this debate and place, and he's ready to debate on any developmental issues anywhere on any public forum. So this election is not simply being contested on development agenda. This caste and now communal card has come to the fore, and it is for the public, the masses of Bihar, to decide which way and which kind of government, what kind of government they want to form. Yeah.
Indeed. All right. Nikhil Anand, we'll have to leave to that. Thank you so much for joining us there on the program and putting things into perspective for us. Well, on that note, it's time to slip into a short break, but much more lined up for you on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Indian diaspora in Africa. The early struggle, amalgamation into the mainstream, to prominence in commerce and public life. Watch a special report, India-Africa, the Diaspora Link. Friday, 30th October at 5 p.m. on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Well ahead of the fourth phase of Assembly elections in Bihar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed a rally in Gopalganj today. In his speech, Modi said that the members of the Mahagathbandhan were making indecent comments about him. He further said that Chief Minister Nitish Kumar got tired of abusing him and has now started abusing people of Bihar. Prime Minister Modi is presently addressing a rally in Muzaffarpur. Voting in Gopalganj and Muzaffarpur is scheduled to take place in the fourth phase on the 1st of November. After the rallies, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be back in Delhi to conduct bilateral meetings with the African heads of states.
बिहारी नौजवान को बाहरी किसने बनाया? हमारी सीधी सीधी बात है कि हमें बिहार को ऐसा विकास देना है ताकि बिहार के लोगों को यहीं पर रोजी रोटी मिले, यही हमारा मकसद है।
An important district in North Bihar, Muzaffarpur, is often called the capital of the region. Despite having all important road and rail links in Muzaffarpur city, the district with 11 assembly seats is still struggling with the problems of better roads, electricity, safe drinking water, employment and education. Here's more.
Muzaffarpur is also known as the capital of northern Bihar. The district with 11 assembly seats is crucial for all political parties. There are about 30 lakh voters spread across Meenapur, Kanti, Sahibganj, Muzaffarpur, Baduraj, Kudni, Paru, Bochan, Satra, Gaighat and Aurai, who will decide the fate of candidates when they vote on November 1st in the fourth phase of elections. The BJP has fielded the maximum number of candidates on 9 out of the 11 seats in the district and is confident of winning.
मुजफ्फरपुर जिले में के 11 सीट हम लोग जीतने वाले हैं, जीतेंगे, सरकार बनेगी, तभी ये स्मार्ट सिटी का सपना साकार होगा, किसानों की जो समस्या है वो भी दूर होगा.
In the 2010 elections, the JDU led with 6 seats, followed by the BJP, which won 4 seats, and the RJD bagged 1 seat. But this time around, with new alliances, the political equations in the district have changed. While the BJP is contesting 9 seats, Manjhi's Ham is contesting from 1 seat, and the LJP too is fighting from 1. On the other hand, from the Grand Alliance, the RJD is fighting on 8 seats, while the JDU is contesting from 3. The district is plagued with lack of basic amenities. Apart from electricity, water, roads, people are waiting for education and health facilities. The ruling JDU says the Nitish government has worked a lot towards this end. The district was a Congress stronghold at one point, but the party has been on the slide here.
एक चौथाई ही खेती के लायक ज़मीन रह गई है. किसी भी राजनीतिक दल के चाहे जो भी लोग कहें, ये चिंता नहीं है कि यहाँ सिंचाई कैसे हो. जितने नलकूप हैं वो ख़त्म हैं, तो इसका परिणाम यह है कि उनकी आमदनी बंद हो गई.
Muzaffarpur has been included in the list of smart cities. It remains to be seen how smart the voters are in choosing their leader this time. Ravindra Sharon's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, East Champaran is all set to witness a tough battle between the NDA and the Grand Alliance for as many as 12 seats. The region that was so strongly associated with India's freedom struggle is even today lacking in basic amenities. Let's take a look at what are the key issues voters want their political leaders to address.
There is a historical significance on East Champaran district of Bihar. Motihari is the headquarters of the district. In 1917, Mahatma Gandhi began his first successful attempt at Satyagrah from here. East Champaran has a total of 12 assembly seats. Raxaul, Sagoli, Narkatia, Harsiddhi, Govindganj, Kesaria, Kalyanpur, Pipra, Madhuban, Motihari, Chiraiya and Dhaka. In the previous assembly elections, the BJP-JDU combined won 11 out of the 12 seats. Out of the 11, the BJP won 6 seats and the JDU bagged 5. The RJD, on the other hand, won only 1 seat. But the political equations are different this time. The RJD-JDU Congress combine is taking on the BJP that has new allies in its NDA fold.
अब तक की सबसे बड़ी कृषि सिंचाई योजना, प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना 50,000 करोड़ की लाई गई है और बिहार में उसका क्रियान्वयन होना है, अभी तक हुआ नहीं है.
इस लड़ाई को जिला में सड़क से लेकर और सदन तक पहुंचाने का काम किया. जो भी समस्याएं आई केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय की स्थापना के लिए, उन समस्याओं का निदान कैसे हो, इस पर हम लोगों ने टू द पॉइंट बात भी किया.
For the local people, however, the fight is for basic facilities. Bad roads, lack of electricity and health facilities, and falling law and order situation are an election issue this time. People are also questioning their leaders on delay in construction of a central university, cleaning up of the Moti Lake and shutting down of sugar mills. Sugarcane is the only cash crop in the area. With the sugar mills in Chakia and Motihari shut, sugarcane farmers are facing a tough time.
शहर के बीचों बीच मोती झील जिसकी घोषणा यहाँ आकर के नीतीश कुमार ने किए और भी मुख्यमंत्री मांझी जी आकर के किए, लेकिन इन सारे घोषणाओं के बाद भी इसका विकास नहीं हो पाया।
पूरा किसान हम लोग का बदहाल है, ना नहरों में पानी है, न किसी भी सरकारी ट्यूबवेल में पानी दे रहा है।
अनुमंडल से लेकर प्रखंड तक कोई सुनवाई नहीं है।
There are more than 11,87,000 voters in East Champaran. The district will go to vote in the 4th phase on 1st of November. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, it's time for a short break now, but we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to Indian Standard Time. I'm Siddharth Vardarajan on the forthcoming India-Africa Forum Summit.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of State of the Economy. India and Africa are very similar. Call them Siamese twins.
The building of the first railway was built with the help from India.
Egypt is the largest African trade partner to India.
The themes of the summit: food security, agriculture, technology, infrastructure.
Aggression against
Watch our experts engage representatives of African nations in India-Africa Summit Forum 2015 on Rajya Sabha Television.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, the terror of criminal turned politician Shahabuddin was all-pervasive in Siwan district of Bihar through the 1990s when he was an MLA and was subsequently elected to the Lok Sabha. By around 2000, he was running a parallel administration in Siwan, ruling on disputes, deciding fees for services and handing out justice. Things have changed in 2015 for the voters. However, political slugfest continues over the dreaded criminal. Here's more.
This is not the Siwan of the 90s. Siwan in 2015 is chasing new dreams. Voters then would recount dreadful stories about gangster-turned-politician Shahabuddin. How they never even dared to look at his posters even though he was behind bars. The legend of Shahabuddin endures. Several residents recall those fear-filled days.
उनके राज्य में डर का माहौल था और पूरे तरह लोग सुरक्षित नहीं थे, बच्चियां, औरतें, कोई घर से बाहर नहीं निकलता था.
Jailed former RJD MP Shahabuddin's absence for some years has diminished his stature. The discussions now are about who will win the elections.
हम लोग वोट की सोच भी नहीं करते थे, लेकिन आज हम लोग खुल्लम खुल्ला सोच कर रहे हैं कि किसको वोट देना है, जेडीयू को देना है या बीजेपी को देना है.
Though the people here seem to have left the Shahabuddin era behind, one thing that hasn't changed over the years is a large-scale exodus of people from Siwan in the absence of employment opportunities. Siwan's economy is mainly based on remittances, worth crores of rupees from the Gulf. However, young voters have different aspirations now.
देखिए, सबसे पहले युवाओं को चाहिए कि बिहार में रोजगार चाहिए. हम लोग को बाहर जाके कमाना पड़ता है. बहुत यहाँ के युवा विदेशों में जाके नौकरी करते हैं. तो सबसे पहले बिहार को विकास में युवाओं को रोजगार चाहिए.
Though he may have been pushed into the back burner, rival alliances continue to spar over Shahabuddin for political mileage. The BJP hopes to channelize people's anger against him and turn it in its favour. Even Prime Minister Narendra Modi has made oblique references to the four-time RJD MP in his rallies. The JDU is on the defensive, claiming Nitish Kumar has sternly dealt with him.
पहले के सांसद यहाँ आतंक का प्रश्रय देते थे, रोज माँ बहनों के सुहाग गुजारते थे, बहनों की कलाई सुनी करते थे और यहाँ प्रशासन मुख्य दर्शक बन करके रहता था. उस राज को पुनः हम लोग न आने दे, इसके लिए हम लोग दृढ़ संकल्पित होकर इस चुनावी समर में खड़े हैं.
यहाँ चलने के लिए सड़क नहीं थे, बिजली नहीं थे, कानून व्यवस्था नहीं थे, लेकिन माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने यहाँ जब आया, इन्हें सारे चीज लागू किया. आज देखिए, जाइए निधड़क बेधड़क हर घर की बच्चियां जाती है स्कूल कॉलेज पढ़ने के लिए, कोई रोक टोक नहीं है. हर बच्चे को यहाँ छात्रवृत्ति उपलब्ध कराया जा रहा है, यहाँ साइकिल उपलब्ध कराया जाता है.
The people of Siwan are happy that this time it will be the ballot, not the bullet, that will rule when they vote in the fifth and final phase on November 5th.
Shahabuddin has been in jail since 2005. He's facing life imprisonment on a murder charge. He's also been barred from contesting elections. With fearmongers gone, Siwan is harboring new dreams. Noted for being the birthplace of first President of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Siwan now awaits a new dawn. Reporting from Siwan, with camera person Saroj, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Well, that's it on this edition of Verdict 2015. Have a good day.